Cheers, Lee. Thank you. That 100%. 100%. Because it's sort of forces you to be a bit more positive.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not playing exactly play, but when you play Blackpool, when you play World Rules, a lot of players do shots on it, shot and finishing. On a Blackpool, you know, you have a skill, you free shot, and you've got to finish with one shot.
Yeah, exactly. You should have done it. We should have done 2 shots.
Get down the club first, did you?
I just met on there. We're going to come up over I'm in an orange.
Oh, core pit.
Yeah. I ain't got that much cash, but songs.
Compared to these, and pinky, so it's have to change your game a bit.
You're back on that.
Yeah, at least I can do them more.
Thread that through the knee.
You won't do it again, would you?
Took some bollocks. But you know, when you're at the table, you've got one chance.
Exactly, you've got to take
And you've got to take the chance, haven't you?
Did.
There was a few games previous to that. Craig's things. He tried to force his last. I can't remember how he had it. But it was like forcing it in the middle. Just to cut it across to hit the black. And he forced it too much.
There was a 2 in the middle, one
Yes,
one
it's the same.
one the next
Yeah.
ring.
I said to one of your mates, I said, that's the two.
Yeah, it was, yeah, that 100%. Even though we got back to 10 each, it was still slightly more.
Yeah, I think he's going to be thinking about that.
Remember that the big start late, right?
Yeah, we watched it live football.
No, not late, I don't think.
I knew as soon as she put that on Facebook, we need to bury her back. Well, that's it.
And the ball mark.
No, my sister put on, didn't she?
It was Jane, wasn't it?
Yeah, they commented after.
We're coming up for everybody. If you want to make your place into the pool arena so we can get a bit of an audience in. What we're going to do, we're going to walk into the walk on, and then we'll do the comes up. I think I'll need to do that. All the lights on. Hello everybody and welcome to the final of the Supreme Masters. 3 long days, but I think it's worth it to get these 2 players to the final. Congratulations to everybody who's come to the event. Hope you've enjoyed it, and it's now led up to this occasion. First to the table, from Loch Hall in Scotland, 2-time Scottish champion, Scott Gillespie. And also making his place in the final, not had far to travel, steps his own, Robert Wharne, and he's a 2-time national amateur champion. Okay, we'll do a couple of interviews and then we'll get on with the final. Rob, do you want to come through first? Hi Rob, unfortunately we couldn't finish off the interviews because we're on a different stream, so first of all we'll talk about your semi-final against Greg. You know, what a match that was, 11-10 again.
Great game, yeah, a little bit different to the quarter-final game. A couple of sort of like close frames, but seemed a bit more of a grind, but yeah, happy to get over the line in the end.
Okay, and now for the final. You know, it's a big final for both players. I think £10,000 is a prize for both of you. How are you feeling about the event?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it now. Looking forward to playing, and just hope I can give it one more go. Really, play as well as I've been all tournament.
And you have played him in the earlier round, so you've got a taste of how he plays.
It means nothing really. You have to forget that really, because obviously no game of pool's the same. The ball's run for me in that game definitely. I had quite a few break dishes. I definitely had the run of the ball, so. You know, now's a different match, and we've got to forget that and go again.
Mm-hmm. And one final question: what would it mean to you to be the Supreme Masters champion?
Over the moon. It will just top off what's been a great tournament for me, and so it'd be brilliant.
Okay, best of luck at the final.
Thanks, Lee.
We'll see you there in a minute.
Thank you.
Scott, many congratulations for making it through to the final. You've already played against Rob, so you know that the matchup you've got. How do you feel about the match?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't really do much wrong the first match. He broke like God. So, I mean, he'll be very fortunate to do that again. And as I said earlier on, I've got that wee twinkle in my ear. I want to get a good bit of revenge on him.
Okay, and what would it mean to you to be the Supreme Masters champion?
Massive, because probably, apart from about the Worlds, which I always want to win, but this is always one of the biggest events that I've ever played in, so always winning this with obviously the standard of the field would be amazing.
Okay, well best of luck, we won't keep anybody any longer.
Cheers,
Look at the finals.
Okay everyone, welcome to the final after a long 3 days, and to be honest I think from what I've seen, you know, these 2 guys have played some great stuff, especially Scott's last match on here. He was good. He as I said, he looked like he had a lot of firepower. I like the way he played. He was attacking, he was positive, and that's the way that Rob plays also. Rob doesn't hang about, he's attacking. So I expect this match to be quick, to be attacking. Joined in the commentary with me by Greg Batten, who's literally just come off the loss to Rob there, as I'm sure you all saw on the other stream table. So just want to say massive respect to Greg for coming in the commentary after coming off a loss like that. Obviously, you've been massively disappointed, but I just want to say congratulations on obviously what's been a great run for you, and like I said, massive respect for coming and sitting in here and doing the commentary after coming off a loss like that. You must be disappointed, Greg.
Yeah, no, first of all, thanks very much. I'm disappointed, obviously, very disappointed, but at the same time, I'm just going to take the positives from the weekend. You know, I didn't expect anything, and to get to the semi-finals of probably the biggest, well, is the biggest event I've played in, barring the Worlds. Yeah, and you know, I'm proud to be doing the commentary box with yourself, and yeah, looking forward to this final.
Like I say, massive respect, and when you've come off a loss of like that, and not only because of the tournament, but you know, obviously financially it's a huge difference. So massive respect for. And there isn't many people that would want to sit here and do it. And if I'm perfectly honest, I wouldn't want to sit here and do it after having just lost that. And you obviously are great in the commentary box, so we appreciate you doing this.
No, you're welcome. Well, it looks like Rob's settled in straight away with a good chance to take the first frame.
Yeah, and this is the sort of finish that you want as the first frame in any match, but especially in the final. This is what you want. Helps to settle you down. Straight away there, I'm a little bit surprised the way he's gone about the finish. He's screwed down into the bottom half of the table, and so basically he's saying he wants to clear this end of the table. These would have been my last 3 balls down here, purely just because of where the black was, and the ball he's just potted there would have been my last ball.
Yeah, I mean, it gave best position for the black and the easiest position, so I would agree with that completely. Everyone has their own ways of doing things, but I'm like you. I would have probably concentrated on the 3 reds below the middle line and gone up from there.
As we keep saying, that when he broke off, this finish looked easy, but they are only easy if you do take the balls in the right order. What he's going to do is obviously leave the 1 over the middle until last.
But even doing that, he's still got to negotiate the route. And
the yellow that's closest to his hand there, or closest to his cue, he'll try and use that as a buffer maybe, or use that as a target. So
yeah.
It's all, as we spoke about before, it's the natural angles, and if he can leave the natural angle where the white's running into that yellow, that's perfect.
Yeah. I don't want to curse it, but I think this is going to be a quick final. Both these players are very, very attacking, as you said, and they don't like to hang around.
I think he has left the natural angle to play my shot, let the white drift over to the yellow.
I think he's just okay, isn't he?
He's just glanced away as if he wasn't too happy. He shook his head, which tells me he's not, but he can definitely turn it over with a trace aside. It's a 9 out of 10, this. It looks harder than it is. It's literally just a little flick around the yellow.
Yeah, he just about managed it. It was a good first frame, and that will really settle him down, I think.
Yeah, even though he potted it, he did. I know when you play a swerve shot, you do jab it a little bit, but he did sort of put a bit of a quick one in there. But
yeah.
He did just get it off the knuckle.
Yeah.
Start that you want to settle down a little bit, and you got to remember that they did mention in the interviews there that these two did play earlier on. I think it was the second match on the winner's side, and Rob beat him 11-3.
Wow.
I did speak to Rob, and he was quite honest, and he just said, I did have a lot of form from the break. He said, and I also did carry a lot of form during the match, so basically he felt as though he was a little bit lucky during the match, so that was honest of him, but he said he did play well, and Scott didn't really have too many chances, and at this level, when these guys are as good as they are, that shouldn't really play a part, but if you could choose to be Rob or Scott in this situation, as in one player's heavily beat the other one in the tournament, you would choose to be Rob.
All day long, yeah. Yeah. and you know both of them will probably say, "Oh, it doesn't affect me. It's a different game." But actually, you know, deep down, there's that little bit in your mind that says he just beat me 11-3.
As you know, 8-ball was a lot about belief and believing you're going to win, and Rob will definitely believe he's going to win this match, having beaten by such a big scoreline. He'll know how good Scott is, and had they have not already played, maybe he would have had a different mindset, because he is, as I'm sure anyone, or certainly anyone that knows him knows, that he is a little bit temperamental. And I do think in this instance, I don't think personally it would make a difference to myself either way, but I do think it'll make a difference to Rob purely just because of how he is as a person.
Yeah.
I think it'll give him more confidence.
He needs that little bit of extra belief, doesn't he?
Yeah.
As everyone knows, it's an easy game when everything's running for you and the balls are all going in and you're getting kisses and flicks. It's a totally different story when you've got to try and grind out a result. Things aren't going your way. Just got a couple of options here on yellows. There's an opportunity to play a skill shot. Yellow onto the red. Follow through. Played that really well. Would have liked to have been off the cushion a little bit more.
Yeah, obviously got the skill shot, but has lost the cue ball a little bit.
Needs to work out the best route now to clear these yellows. Looks like he's going up the top. He's just played that a little bit too hard. Might be okay.
The people on the stream, on the live chat, just asking how much it is to the winner. It's 10,000 English to the winner, 5,000 to the runner-up. So obviously the prestige of winning the event, but the prestige of the event doesn't pay the bills. The prize money does, and obviously there's a big difference.
So what's he gonna do here, do you think?
I think he's got two options. He leaves a big angle on the one down the rail and drifts past the two reds to play the last yellow in the middle. Or if he comes too straight, he has the option to screw back and play the skill shot.
Yeah. He's sort of come a little bit in between both shots there.
Yeah, whichever, I can't quite tell, but whichever angle he's left, I think he would have liked to have been closer to the yellow.
Yeah. He seemed to get a lot of side on the white, but the top spin wasn't there. Let's see what he decides here. That was a brilliant shot.
It was a brilliant shot, and he'll just play this as a soft little screw shot, because what that does is it reverses the spin onto the yellow and makes it go forward. What a finish that is.
It's a brilliant finish. He's played two really good skill shots in this break.
And he did mention, Greg, in his interview that he's got I think he said a twinkle in my eye. That was his words. And I think what he meant by that was he's up for this match and he wants revenge. And
yeah, you can see from his interview he's very, very confident. Very confident.
That's an impressive finish, especially having what's happened.
So Rob Wharne gets the third frame underway, and it's a dry break. And looking at the position of the balls, I would imagine that Scott would want to be going for reds if he can see certainly the red, the top right-hand corner. See if we can get a.
I think he can get to the potting angle.
Yeah. He turned it over with a bit of check side.
He did, yeah.
This looks like another good opportunity, and the way he's queuing, I wouldn't bet against him taking these out. You've played in plenty of finals, Gareth, and the feeling, obviously, once you're in a final, after you've played all those matches, there's no better feeling, is there, than you know, for these two guys. Obviously, they're both confident, they're both relaxed, and yeah.
I loved playing in the finals, and I remember the tour finals especially. I always used to love playing. I remember I lost the first ever tour final I got to, which was against Jason Twist. I was 21 at the time, and then I actually won the next 13 on the trot after that. So I always just thrived on playing in the big finals against the big players, and I think that's what you have to do. It's mentally how you build it up in your own mind, I think, affects how you play.
Yeah.
It's no good going out there worrying that, oh, this is a big final, it's for X amount of money, and the more it's just how you set it up in your own mind.
Yeah. Playing as if it means nothing when it means everything.
Yes, yeah, so Steve Davies said,
That's
I believe. He's played a good shot there, by the way. Even though it didn't look much, he's just checked the ball in off the top rail, but he's actually left the perfect angle to drop onto the ball on the rail next.
Yeah, played that. Lovely.
Don't know if he's just come a little bit twixt in betweens here. You can see a little grimace, which tells you that he has.
I think he should be okay to just screw this one back, and even if he has to leave a bit of an angle, can use the yellows as a buffer.
Good shot.
Looks very focused.
He does. He looks good to me.
Have you managed to speak to Scott at all in regards to whether he's been putting a lot of work in before this tournament, or?
I didn't speak to him in regards to if he's been putting a lot of work in. I did have a chat with him, and he did say that he just thought as though when he was playing, especially the big shots, he felt as though he was taking his time a little bit too much and maybe looking for things that can go wrong and sort of seeing the negatives and everything. So he just decided before this event that the first shot he saw, he was just going to get on with it and get down and play. And because it is like that. I mean, we've all played thousands of frames in practice, and it is very instinctive. You know, most of the time, 99% of the time, you know what's the right shot. And he just said that was the approach that he decided to take for this tournament. He wasn't going to worry about it too much. He wasn't going to overthink things, and he was just going to play the first shot. I'm not saying he said he was going to rush around the table like a lunatic, but he was just going to play the first shot that he saw and not think about it all too much. And obviously that approach has worked.
Yeah. Gets rid of any slight doubts in your mind by doing it that way.
Yeah, and I think he's just mentally prepared himself and said that I'm just going to be positive. And in the match, his previous match on here against Jordan, he was ultra positive. Not to the point where he was pushing the boat out too much, but just by his shot selection, sent a message out that I don't believe I'm going to miss, and I do like that.
That was a small break from Scott. I think he's created a few other pockets. How hard at that?
And at first glance, they look a bit tricky, but they're not actually, because, well, providing he's going to play this red into the left corner, and he's going to kick his bad red away. And if he gets this right, okay, the pot's not easy, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play it. He's going to pot the red into the left corner, and he's going to kick the other red away from the yellow. And if he gets this right, I think he clears.
Looks like he does need to jack up a little bit on the cue to get the required stun.
You can see there.
He's okay, I think.
Well, I'm just sitting behind it actually, and I don't think this top red passes. You can see that. It's nasty.
No, it's tight, isn't it?
That makes the world of difference if that goes, because he can just stun over to the side cushion and get on his bad one. And the fact it doesn't obviously changes everything. If any of you have got any questions, obviously fire away on the live chat for Greg or myself.
Definitely put in a quick one there.
Put a quick one, and what happened was, because he was playing it with the left-hand side, the cue ball turned over and pushed in, and that's why he missed the ball thick. Slightly fortunate.
Yeah, these reds aren't easy at first glance. Bob needs to really concentrate now and work out the best way to do these.
Someone John has said on the chat about, he said mental that there's no ref, and the reason is there's been no ref all weekend, and obviously most of these guys, they want to rack their own balls. There's enough cameras in this room to spot if one of these players blinks, never mind, makes a foul, and so
I think it's great that there isn't, because it shows the spirit that the game is played in by everyone that plays, and the etiquette that they.
Yeah, and they want to rack their own balls anyway, so the ref isn't really serving much of a purpose. We've got cameras everywhere if there was a debate or a decision to be made. I get that sometimes it does look maybe a bit more professional with the referee, but I also think maybe a referee standing there with a dinner suit on would look a bit out of place as well. So, no, I think the fact that there's no ref just is what the players want. So Stevens asked when's my next Chinese 8-ball tournament. I actually fly out to China in the morning. So I'm hoping that these two guys get on with this so I can go and get a bit of booty sleep before I have to go to the airport. I play 3 matches, 26th, 28th and 30th. And I play Zhang Yubo on my first match, the 26th, who's the Chinese #1.
It's a really, really good shot there by Rob. He used the knuckle to create the angle, and yeah, good finish. This is heating up quite nicely, 2 apiece.
So Stephen Mitzia said, what you spending your winnings on, Greg?
Oh, I've already given it to Lucy. Even though it's not been handed over, it is unofficially already been spent. So
yeah, the gaffer always gets it.
That's it. That was the first question when I phoned her. How much do you win?
Yeah, not unlucky.
Not bothered. So, nah, I'm only joking. But yeah, it will be spent. the majority, I'm sure, will be spent on nice gifts for Lucy. I'd just like to give a shout out to two friends of mine who've actually stayed and supported me from Plymouth, Jez Graham and Darren McVicker. Big thank you to you guys for staying up and supporting me, and I look forward to the long journey home later on. So a good break by Rob.
Yeah, the matches just quickly will be streamed in China. I'll put the link up on my Facebook page when I get there for the guys that are asking.
You've only just recently re-signed a 5-year deal, Gareth, running on from your last contract. Is everything, or is it still the same format, and how many times you go over, is that all still the same?
Yeah, there'll be a minimum amount, which was as before. Things are obviously growing out in China, so over the next 5 years I expect to probably spend even more time out there than I have in the previous 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm over the moon to be doing that. Obviously everything's growing out there, the prize money's just keeps getting better and better, and I'm happy to have re-signed with them. So
are you someone that enjoys the travelling? I know a lot of snooker players and pool players don't like the travelling side of things.
Yeah, I don't mind it so much. I get used to it a little bit now, and I get looked after. I get looked after when I'm there, so I don't mind it. And
yeah,
obviously it's a part of it. China's where it's happening. So if I wasn't travelling out to China, then I wouldn't be doing what I was doing. So.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Yeah, he's bouncing around the table. He's looking good.
Obviously, on the side of being short here rather than long, because if you're short, you can just top on and off the top cushion. If you're there, then you can just play a straight little soft screw across over, so it's perfect.
Did Lee say that this is Rob's home club? Is this where he practices?
Yeah, he practices from here. Yeah, he plays in our local leagues, one of our local teams.
Just needs to cue this nicely, keep his head still. And he did that. A good visit from Rob, and that's 3-2.
Tournament sponsor, Supreme. The new LED pool light. If anyone is interested, the details are there. We are using all of their lights now. We had them all changed a couple of days ago above all of our tables in the pool room.
I think everyone I've spoke to has said how good they are.
Peter asked, did anything ever come of the 100k money match? And no, it didn't, Peter. I did hear things said that there were certain people that were going to play at some point, but I never got a phone call as of yet.
Can't see that happening either. Scott's got a tiny break, to be fair, hasn't he? He's absolutely crunched those.
Yeah, huge break.
Was he breaking like this in the Jordan Church match?
Yeah, he was.
What was the score in that one?
It was, I think it was 11-6. Jordan half threw the towel in a little bit, to be honest, at 8-4. Scott did have a huge fluke on the black in the middle of that match, but you know, you're playing in a massive match, a massive amount of money, you know. But everybody's different, and he did sort of seem to lose the plot a little bit. He ran around the table. To be fair, he had a ball jump out of the middle, and then the very next frame he tap broke. So I'm not sure what the logic behind that was. He did actually win the frame.
So I take it Mark Boyle travelled here on his own or with somebody else?
Yeah, he did say he was actually staying in the local area. He'd got something with work, so he was staying. He got something to do tomorrow, so he was staying here, and then presumably he was going to travel back afterwards.
Right.
Can tell you that the Beard Boys are on the polystyrene crisps again with a dip.
They've never looked so happy.
Yeah.
Is that bag gone now? I mean,
That's the third bag.
No, it's not. Oh my God.
Oh, second.
Literally the biggest bag of crisps you'll ever see in your life.
And the worst tasting, by the way.
But they are healthy. They've got a dip and everything.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. Mackerel dip. Sounds incredible.
Good shot. Just play a little stun shot. Pop the white out on the left side of the red.
Yeah. And it can certainly carry on like this standard-wise. So no missed pool at the moment from both players.
And like I said, what I like about Scott is, yes, he plays quick and yes, he plays attacking, but he doesn't rush the shot when he's actually down on the cue, and he does plan the finish first. You know, he works out exactly what's going to happen, and then, providing he gets the cue ball where he wants it, he plays quick. He's not rushing. It looks quick, but he's definitely not rushed. I think it's at his comfortable pace. I think he's playing within himself.
Yeah, definitely. And he's, like you said, he's got everything already set up in his mind, so all he has to do is deliver the cue.
Say thanks, Peter. So good luck in China and stay safe. Appreciate that.
So a dry break there from Rob. And quick scan of the table. If too sure which is the best option at the moment.
So I think he's going to pop this one and cannon into the bad one and flick it out like that. I'd just be dropping the red over the corner pocket here, Greg.
Yeah.
Play it into the top cushion first, so you get it on the right knuckle.
Yeah, it's definitely the percentage way to go about it. He's probably feeling good. This isn't really on, is it?
No, this would just be chasing the finish.
Yeah.
There's no need.
He's in control, like you said. Just drop this one over the hole.
Wow. the two reds that are together, I don't know if the one to the right as we look passes past the black. If it does, that makes a difference.
Yeah, it gives him an out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives him an out.
Natural angle then if he just stuns this red in the top right-hand pocket. Leave himself on almost a half ball. As you can see. I think he's lining up to play red off the yellow. The red directly in front of that camera angle. Red off the yellow into the middle.
Well, if he gets this finish at this visit, I think I'm going to go home.
Yeah, it's not looking too promising now.
So Dave Priest has asked what my opinion about the identity of 8-ball, Dickie Bow's polo shirts, rules, etc. tables. I think it's important that they have their own identity. And with all the politics that's happening at the minute, why not make a hybrid set of rules similar to what they play in China, which are the best set, in my opinion, that you can devise for 8-ball. I like what the IP have done with the colour of the cloth. I think that creates a bit of their own identity. As for attire, yeah, I don't think that maybe the waistcoat in Dickie Bow is the right image. I think smart shirt or polo shirt is fine. But it's a little bit irrelevant of talking of all those points, because until the idiots at the top in charge of the game are removed and fresh people are brought in, and nothing's going to change, in my opinion. And it's treated as a business and it's ran for the players.
Looks like Scott May got a couple of options now. Is what you can do. You can.
Yeah, you can.
Like he's going to slow down and just cover the bag, or is he going for this?
Call the police. Gooseby has just covered a pocket. Goobsy. Sorry, I keep getting that wrong. Good job he's got it written on the back of his shirt.
Rob needs to find a good safety or pot here. Played this good.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
It's got him all the control he needs now in this frame.
I think you've Jeff Hursters here by saying that you think this match is going to be quick.
I know. I was thinking that a minute ago. Yeah. Bad shot from Scott. He's developed his ball and left Rob in a slightly awkward position. Thought there was enough room to get in behind that red. And been slightly fortunate, because if that red had come back a bit further, Scott could have had the possibility of doubling it back up the table and cannoning the yellow and black out.
Yeah, and because he's now got to go into it, he wants to go into it off the red that's over the middle. But he'd like to go into it off that last, rather than be leaving the red that's on the cushion.
Yeah.
Cole's asked, have I ever played on the Simonis? And no, after I finished, it was after I finished that the IPA went to the Simonis. So no, I've not. Obviously, I've played on Simonis cloth before, but I've not played on that particular cloth on the English 8-ball table.
Robbie can now try and take away his most difficult yellow, and the knowledge that if you missed it, oh. I thought we might have played that a little bit slower to cover the bag if he did miss it.
There's Jimmy Nail shoes that Rob's worn all day. Must be comfy because he just stands up the whole time.
I was going to say, he never sits down, does he? The energy that I noticed that in our game. He don't bother getting a seat ready, he just stands there.
I spoke to him about it actually, and I said, why don't you just relax? I said, because you look all fidgety and agitated. And I said, why don't you just sit down and
take a break? You
know, when your opponent's at the table, just relax a little bit. And he just said, "Oh, I was always taught that sitting down means that you're sort of you're not ready to attack, you're not ready to play. That's showing your opponent." And I said, "Well,
I'd agree with that if the person's slouched in their chair or whatever." But
yeah, I said, "Well, I don't agree with that, Rob. But obviously, it's each to their own." Now, what angle has he left on the ball in the middle? I think he's left an angle to be going towards it.
Yeah, I'm right behind it, and I think he can probably just about manufacture enough, can he?
But if he hits the red, either cushion first or direct, then it's hard to see how he's going to have a shot. what he tried to do was get a little bit deeper on the cue ball and just slide past the red and hit the black softly, so then he would have landed on the red in the corner. The Stuart's asked what cue do I use for Chinese, and no, I use a different cue. I have my own range of cues. They're going to be for sale in the UK soon. They were obviously already for sale in China. It's my own brand, and they're going to be for sale here within the next few weeks through Home Leisure Direct. Home Leisure and myself have just signed a deal with Joy to become the exclusive distributors of Joy tables and products in the UK. So no Joy products are available through anyone else other than through myself or Home Leisure. We've actually got some tables that are going to be arriving early September. So anyone that is interested in any Chinese 8-ball tables or my range of cues, they will be only available from Home Leisure Direct.
Rob was in a little bit of a spot there, and he's played a good shot, come out of it pretty good. I think whatever happens now, unless Scott manages to fluke the red, it's going to be framed to Rob Wharne.
Yeah, and I think whatever happens, both players will be glad that this frame, obviously both players want to try and win, but both players will be glad that this frame's over with. They're both quick, they're both attacking, and
yeah, they don't want frames like this.
They don't want to, you know, they don't want to get bogged down.
No.
Yeah, the cues, Peter, are going to be on sale in the UK for $4.99. There's 3 different ranges of the Chinese 8-ball table that obviously vary in price. There's a bronze, a silver, and a gold. So all the details of them will be available online on the HomeLeisureDirect.com website. I was just about to say, I know he would have done well to fluke that ball, but he had pushed the other way, so the black went.
Yeah.
Had he have fluked it,
yeah,
that would have hurt.
This type of frame is great for the person that wins it, but horrendous for the person that loses it. A lot of time invested in this frame, and Rob is going to take it. You're selling your own range of cues. I don't know if Rob's selling his own range of shoes, is he? Or?
I wouldn't like to be an investor. There we go. There you can see them, look. Look at them bad boys. Whatever you think about them, they've worked today. Good shot.
They've walked him to a minimum of $5,000.
Yeah, and like I said, they must be comfortable because he does spend the whole day, even obviously when he's not at the table, when his opponent's at the table, he spends the whole day just standing there.
Well, he's got some money to buy some new ones, huh?
Yeah.
He's wearing the soles out on them, that's for sure. He's like a jack in the box, isn't he? He's just up and down. He's happy.
Mr. Mohammed at the market is going to be over the moon tomorrow when Rob rocks up with his maybe 10,000.
Yeah, someone was shining on him today, that's for sure. 2 deciders, 2 break dishes.
Yeah, and
Full
especially the one against Mark Boyle was just a dream break, really, and
needed, I think, as well.
Needed, given what had happened at 10-8, and again, Goobs has absolutely drilled the break.
Yeah, he's timing it really, really well.
Ralph says go into partnership, guys. Cues and shoes. Not sure about that one.
I think there's a case for reds or yellows on this occasion for Scott, but I think he may choose to go yellows.
James has asked, will these two have been backed in this tournament or paid themselves? I know that Rob has a sponsor stroke backer in Grant Pullen that is a local guy. He plays some poker that goes around and sort of supports him in the events. As for Scott, I don't know. I don't know too much about Scott, so I don't know. I presume that he would have maybe paid himself to play, but the good thing about with the prize money being as high as it is it does lend itself for people to be able to want to back and sponsor players because the rewards are high. Yes, it's £350 to enter, but if you fancy your player to do well, then a lot of these guys will be on sort of 50-50 splits. So, for example, if you were to back Rob Wharne in this tournament for 350 quid, on a 50-50 split, and he walks away with 10 grand. That's a good investment.
Dancing around the room at home, yeah. Well, obviously, lots of people are in different positions financially, and obviously some can back themselves, some can't. So it's all dependent on your own circumstances. That's a good shot by Scott.
Oof, wow. Only the pace took it. Any harder, it would have stayed up.
Yeah. So normal service has been resumed with the quick frame there. And we're back to level pegging at 4 each. Just had a little smile there to Gaz.
As if to say, I thought I'd missed that. I think that smile was.
Yeah, definitely was. Both these players opting for the traditional break rather than the cut break, and both providing on the whole a good example of how to break well.
Good break, stun the white in a straight line.
Really well, didn't he?
Yeah, hit him well. And this table does seem to break well. I know it helps if the players are timing the break well and hitting them like these two guys have, but it is strange how tables break different. You have two brand new tables, brand new cloths, side by side, and they both break completely different.
I think providing the 2 yellows, or at least one of the yellows nearest to the black, goes in the right-hand bottom pocket. That's why he elected to go for yellows. Which it does.
So Samba said, do me and you, Greg, have any specific practice routines? A lot of mine are up on YouTube through the home leisure stuff, and I have recently put some up on Facebook. What about you, Greg? Do you
most
routines?
of mine are copied from YouTube and Facebook. I'm not telling anyone who, but yeah.
So you when you practice, Greg, you've got a table at home. Do you practice the routines? Do you play by yourself? What?
Yeah, I do play a lot on my own, and I mainly will do routines, set routines that I have seen people like yourself and other top players. Try and sort of take a bit from everyone if I can. What works for me.
So basically, what you're saying is you like playing with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? Not right now, obviously, but later.
There's a time and a place.
Not in front of the cameras. So Rob looking good now. Another frame on the board.
As you can see there in the background, you could see into the bar area, and we have got this match that's being streamed live onto the huge projector in the bar area. I think it's the screen's 120 inches, I think. So the guys in the bar can watch it on the big screen.
It's been a very good standard, this match so far, as you'd expect, obviously. Both these players are in the groove.
There you can see they've just got the camera view there. You can see it's on the huge screen in the bar. There's a few of the guys that are still left here, the bookie, and a few of the guys that are betting on it are sitting in there watching. And that's what the winner takes home, along with the 10,000.
It's all about the trophy, though, to be fair, isn't it? And the prestige.
Yeah, no, I get the prestige of winning the events, and
trophy goes over the bridge.
Yeah, it's nice to get a trophy, but to be honest, being completely honest, it didn't mean that much to me, the trophies. I'm not saying I threw them out of the car window on the way home, but they don't pay the mortgage.
No. Another good break from Scott.
Yeah, I don't know what starter he's got though.
No.
He wants to go reds, but I don't know which red he pots first.
Red into left middle is a possible option, but it's pretty acute, isn't it?
It is pretty acute, yeah. And from playing the Chinese, that's not something that I'm sort of used to looking at now, actually. But yeah, obviously it does pot on here. And one thing I'll say is, obviously, to play that, you have got to play it dead weight.
Yeah.
And if you can see just in front, there is sort of 4 or 5 quite big finger marks that are in front of that. So if I was playing that, I would sort of try and bed them down a little bit before I played it.
You're looking. I think he may be looking at playing a red off one of the 3 together into the middle. If he.
Yeah, maybe you can. Yeah, so the red that's to the right-hand side of the black, he can play that full ball into the red, and then pot that red off the other red.
Yeah. The only concern would be that you're possibly pushing other reds down.
I like that shot, Greg, because I don't know if then the red is going to then flick the other red, and if he plays it hard, bounce them all out. He's playing the double, is he? It's a good shot.
Yeah.
he could now play your shot if that's the case, and that second red is hitting the other red half ball. If he plays that hard, maybe that brings them both out. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
He's looking at it. Don't see too many other options.
Scott taking his time on this, and rightly so. This is an important stage of the match. He wants to keep in touch, keep it level if he can. Needs to work these out right.
Oh, he's playing across.
Playing the double. Plan.
Good news, bad news. Good news is obviously he planted the red in. Bad news is he's pushed another red safe. I think the red does double if he can get cue ball in the right place. And in the right place is along the line that the cue ball's at now, obviously closer to the red. Definitely a little bit slower than he was in the last match, but that's only because the balls are a little bit scrappier. When they're there, both of these players are quick. Okay, so now he has the option to clip the ball into the middle and go into it. To play a controlled little shot, I don't see how that works because... So I think you may see him crash into this. And he will be over the moon with this.
But like you said, he couldn't play.
He couldn't.
He had to do
really
that, didn't
play
he?
it slowly, could he? He couldn't try and work a little flick out because he had no option really.
He had to rely on the luck there, and he played it in the right way. Got a very good result. Just needs to cue this one smoothly.
And he does hit the ball nice. Especially when he has to stun it. I think he cues through the ball well. He's quite flat, he's quite parallel on the cue. So he hits those with authority.
Yeah. Fairly compact as well, he doesn't have the longest bridge, does he?
I thought there was maybe a case of playing a little soft screw shot into the black there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, would you have played the cannon into the black? Because it would have left him the perfect angle on this red that he's playing now.
Angle, yeah. Ooh, that's nasty.
So he didn't have the angle to play that shot. It was always going to be sliding into the yellow.
Yeah, and with the when the cloth's new and you play with the side like that, it just slips off the rail and the side doesn't really grip.
He'd be very disappointed with that.
looks perfect.
That looks absolutely perfect. Just to screw back down. Should be playing for the yellow closest to the black next. And then the final yellow into the right hand middle.
Great shot, great shot.
Played that well. So the first time in the match where there's going to be a 2-frame advantage to Rob. And you could say, you know, rightly so. There hasn't been many mistakes. But that was...
I said I don't think the shot that Scott played with the running side was the bad shot. I think the shot before, he could have maybe played a little soft screw shot onto the black.
He should have been playing your shot, just a cannon into the black, I think.
And then there'd have been no need to play that shot. But I think you were right. With playing with the left-hand side, it was with on these slippy cloths, it's hard to get the cue ball to grip. Title sponsor Supreme. They've just brought out a new LED light there, so anyone that's interested, there is an introductory offer for this tournament only. We are using that light on this match table and all the other tables in this club.
First time I've seen Rob actually do that, screw directly in off. He's normally controls it through the middle of the table.
And the black ball rules, when your opponent goes in off, you're supposed to win the frame, Greg, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean 99% of the time you tend to lose the frame if you're going off.
You're disappointed if you don't win the frame, you know, with the free first shot.
Definitely.
And I think it's an important frame now for Scott because he needs to stay with Rob.
So all Scott's doing here now is looking to develop the best set of balls and then go for the clearance. I think he's going to go for reds.
James has asked, he said that he watched on YouTube my money match with Oli Bale, and you remember the atmosphere was crazy, and it was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen an atmosphere or played in quite an atmosphere that was like that. And yeah, the crowd do spur you on and make you play better, and that's something that you have to use to your advantage.
It looked like they were all almost on top of you in that match.
It was absolutely crazy. The first frame I got down to break off, and I actually had to ask the crowd to move back, so I didn't actually hit them at the top of the backswing. That's how close they were to the table. It was in summer.
Was that away for you? That was an away match.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
in Yeovil, and it was in the middle of summer, so it was red hot. And Ollie decided to turn up with a shirt and tank top on when it was about 100 degrees inside the club. He then decided to turn up about an hour and a half late with the tank top, and then decided to practice one-handed before the match. Which is always handy. But he's a character.
Yeah, he's it's exciting to watch. How long ago was that? No.
Wow. I think maybe eight years ago.
Yeah. Did he play you first and then Ronan, or did he play?
No, he played Jason Twist first.
Yeah.
Then he played me. Then he played Ronan.
And all three results the same, or?
Yeah, all three were the same. Not sure who the advisors were advising him to pick those matches but they want the sack.
They're not on the payroll now.
And at the time that he played those matches, all three of those players, including myself, were like almost right at the top of the game. When he played Jason first, he was. Jason's still a great player now, but obviously he's not as good as he was. Goldie's asked, are the money games a part of the culture over in China? And yeah, they definitely are. Gambling is illegal in China. There's no betting companies. But, of course, on the money match scene, and the Chinese players are always gambling against each other. The way they do it in China, to give rather than give a frame start like they would here. So if two guys were playing and the other guy was going to give the other one a start, they would do it via a minus or a plus handicap frame-wise. In China, they do it with balls instead.
Really?
So they'll, for example, say if me and you were going to play, Greg, you'd say, right, you're gonna spot me one ball.
Yeah.
So what that means is obviously I only have to pot 6 of the balls,
yeah.
And then the black, any 6 of the balls, and then the black.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. I like that. That's quite a...
Yeah. I actually played a challenge match against the girl that was ranked #1 in China, and I was having to spot her 3 balls, and she beat me 11-9. 13-11, and out of the 13 frames she won, she did 11 clearances from the break, having to pot the 4 balls in the black.
Yeah.
Yeah, she beat me 13-11.
Cool. Slightly ran too far, but looks like he's okay. Fancy Rob to take these out, position of the balls, and keep his 2-frame advantage. And gets to 7.
So yeah, people asking about the handicap thing. So what I mean is, if you were spotting somebody 1 ball, that means that they only have to pot 6, any 6 of the 7. And the way they do it in China is they don't take the balls off the table. So when I played the girl, I was spotting her 3 balls. So she only has to pot 4 out of the 7 stripes or spots, and then the black, and she doesn't take them off at the start of the frame, which obviously is an even bigger advantage for her, because at any point if she misses for example, if she misses the third ball, the next time she comes to the table, she's still only got a pot 2 on the block.
Ah, right, okay. I did. Yeah.
So it's hard to defend even when they miss.
Yeah.
And that's the way a lot of the Chinese guys do play with handicaps against each other. Obviously, the maximum would probably only be 1 ball, certainly against the top players.
Yeah, because that's
top players,
massive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's big, yeah. And I think personally the way they should do it, if they're going to do it like that, is at the start of the frame. So if I was playing against you and you were spotting me 2 balls, at the start of the frame, you take 2 balls away, which leaves 5, and then obviously I have to clear all 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, it's even when they miss, it's so hard to defend against.
Yeah.
And no, she can't. She has to just pot the allocated amount for her. Ooh, that's a good effort. I thought that was in. I think the way this tournament's gone, I think the final probably deserves a decider. Yeah, Peter, the Chinese women are exceptional players, and technically they're also good, as are most of the men also. Something that they work on. I like the way that Scott hits these. He punches them like with authority. He doesn't just sort of quit on those, he hits through it. Balls have come out nice again. It's just a matter of making sure you take them in the right order. But these are pretty straightforward, and obviously Scott Gillespie definitely knows the patterns. Like that shot, didn't try and get too close, didn't try and be too cute, just left it at distance. Obviously trusts his technique and his cue action.
Yeah, he's just got another long straight red, requires good cueing. Again, as Gaz alluded to just now, he just punches those, never rolls them.
Would have liked to have been back another inch.
Yeah.
To be straight on the one in the middle, then they are unmissable. Everyone could do with an extra inch though, right?
I'm keeping quiet this time.
See, but you know, on a serious note, that extra inch has made a huge difference there, because he's okay. If he drops the red into the right corner and holds the white on the yellow, he's obviously got to pop the red from distance. Okay, maybe he can still play it off the yellow, so he's okay. But if he was straight on that, they were gimmies.
Yeah. Just lining it up now where he wants to leave the white for his last shot.
Yeah, he's got no option. He has to just drop this in, hold the white on the yellow, and then either pop the red directly or play it off the yellow, however he sees it.
I think he's gone too far, perhaps, to soon see.
I think he's okay.
He's okay, is he?
I think so. Oh, he's found the gap. He played neither.
Wow.
That's a big let off.
Yeah, Rob would be pleased to be back at the table, and
he'll be pleased to be back at the table, and Scott will be absolutely gutted. He hasn't cleared from there, given where the balls were when he started. He definitely wasn't making mistakes and missing finishes like that in the semis.
yeah. He's got a can of Red Bull that he's drinking, and you know, fatigue and tiredness obviously can creep into your game. Obviously, it's been a long weekend. And you tend to find that when you're playing really well and everything's working, you don't notice the tiredness, but as soon as things start going wrong, that's when it seems to creep up. Good shot from Rob. Although he has left a slight chance off of 2 cushions. Wow.
Just those careless little mistakes though, and as I said when he played that stone, if he'd have screwed back an inch, he could have been clearing to go 8-6 now. So there is a shot, as you can see where he's pointing there, off the top rail, half ball, pot the red, drop full ball into the black, dead weight, and then just flick the black across the back rail, just like that. Was a big bounce. That's a huge bounce. Yeah, Goldie says after midnight in the UK and still almost 1,000 viewers. It's impressive. To the business end now, and as it gets closer to the line when you've got top players playing, you would expect there to be less mistakes as it gets closer to the end. I think maybe the reason for that is that your concentration goes up maybe 3 or 4 notches.
Yeah, Rob requiring just 4 more frames to be crowned Supreme Masters champion. Scott needing 5.
Hit the break well again. Took a little bit off it that time in comparison to some of the others, but hit it well. Hit the front ball flush. You can tally at the front ball flush because the cue ball came back in a straight line.
He controlled that really well. I think Red's look the best bet here.
And the cue ball, when he breaks, is never bouncing about, as in leaves the bed of the table, and that's because he's so flat, he's so parallel, so he's not striking down on the cue ball. Whenever you see somebody and the cue ball jumps or jumps off the table, it's because they've struck down on the cue ball. important frame this for Scott, and he knows it. That's why he's just taking his time a little bit. They're obviously not straightforward. I think he would prefer to go yellows. But he's going to have to take reds because the ball that he was closest to was tricky. The ball next to the red doesn't pass into the left corner. All the reds do go, but they're not easy. I don't like this finish. I think it's quite tricky. And at 7-6 down, it's definitely tricky. He'll be happy with that. I think he played to move it, but he'll be over the moon where that's landed. I'm just wondering if he can play the plant, Greg, and just play a little soft screw shot and just screw the white back maybe 6 or 8 inches, and then his awkward red, which is next to the yellow, can he pop that then into the right corner?
Yeah, I think you're right. And the angle he's got, it would take the white into the sort of place where he needs to be.
There's a little chalk mark just by his little finger.
There,
if he can get to that little chalk mark.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see that there's just a chalk mark there where his little finger was. I think he could have played a little soft screw shot to get on that chalk mark.
Because the way he's done this, he's leaving it till last, then, isn't he? Now,
I presume he's either leaving it till last or playing it now. So he's purposely played the stun shot to leave that little window. So yeah, he's got to be leaving it until last. And I think what he's going to probably do is drift down and try and land on it into the middle.
like you said, though, this is really big now. 7-6, getting towards the end, the business end. Scott putting everything into this one.
I think he missed a trick there. I think he should have played a little soft screw shot, and then I think he clears. Well, now he wants to play it. See if he plays the screw shot. I think it's unmissable if he's on the chalk mark.
So much easier to control from the chalk mark than where the white is now.
It's a tough pot from here.
Not only the pot, but making sure he gets the white in the right position.
Yeah, he's got to get hold of the cue ball. If he doesn't get hold of the cue ball, then the white's going to be somewhere near the right corner. I said it would be somewhere near the right corner, and he was lucky that he caught the yellow. He actually just put his hand up there and apologised to Rob. Obviously didn't play it off the yellow. So obviously he pots this in the right corner. Then he has to pot the one in the left corner, and then he has to find that little window again for the last ball.
Yeah, important to make sure that he's got the correct angle.
And not only find the window, but find the window with an angle where he can just screw back and pop the black into the right corner.
Yeah.
Still not over this frame. He's playing a screw back, so he's going to leave an angle where he tops off the top cushion next. Oh, he's jumped up in the air.
His head came off the cue. He's feeling it a little bit, I think.
That's the first one that he's hit bad. His head was up in the air before he struck the cue ball. And that's what the pressure does to you.
Yeah. Rob shouldn't have any trouble taking these out, as long as he can hold good position. Pretty much dot to dot.
So Dean said, basically said, do I play Chinese eight ball? He's not heard me mention it. The only reason I mention it is because people keep asking me about it, you pipe. People saying that could be a big turning point, and I think it could. Not only in terms of the scoreline, but in terms of Scott's mentality and Rob's mentality.
Yeah, I think Rob's in a great position mentally. You know, I don't recall him throwing one in or playing a really, really bad shot. And Scott's just had a couple that could cause him to start to think a little negatively. But a very experienced player, I'm sure he'll get himself ready now for this next frame. Oh, he's got one, I think, on it. It's gone dry. And then Scott.
And well, Scott will be over the moon to see that he can come to the table here, and that the Reds, in normal circumstances, are unmissable.
Yeah. You're taking the four at the top end of the table first, and then
well, I think
3 at the bottom.
Yeah, then yeah, you can leave the 1 by the middle. There's also an option of leaving the 2 by the right middle, or the 1 by the right middle.
For your position on the
position on the black.
Yeah, good shout. Because actually that little area is where it's easiest to be on the black, isn't it? So we'll see what Scott decides to do.
Well, I'm not sure what he played there, but I'm pretty sure he didn't play to screw down through that gap and land on the plant.
Yeah, he's suffering a little bit at the moment. I think those frames before where he's missed chances is getting to him a little bit.
And it's important because if he misses these and loses this frame, then I think he probably loses the match.
Yeah, because Rob isn't making any mistakes really, and with a 3-frame advantage, two to get.
And at the start of this match, Scott was the one who we said you could just see he looked fired up, he looked up for it, and that's reversed a little bit now. Rob looks like that.
Yeah.
He's sort of charging around the table. Even when he racks the balls up, he's sort of, you can see that he's up for it.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you can't be up for a match like this, in a tournament like this, with this amount of prize money, then
give up.
What are you going to be up for?
Scott's got to be careful now. He's going to play the plan. Just needs to be totally sure where the second red's going to finish. Where he needs to leave the white. Played that as well as he could, I think.
Yeah, it's just he's now going to pop the one in the middle, obviously, and then he's going to drop forward and then play the one that's on the black spot, and then he's then got to obviously get up for the red, and then he's got to get to the black.
He has to be straight. Oh, he's got. No, I think he's all right.
Yeah, he's all right, but he just now has to find a window to get to the black.
Yeah.
I mean, when he started, this would have probably been the last ball on the table that he would have chosen to leave for the black. And this is always had a big bounce. Yeah, it's perfect. It's a good shot. Very good shot.
So we can play this. Has he got the natural angle nearly to,
I
or
think,
a bit of side?
I think he definitely needs some right-hand side, but you err on the side of being closer to the cushion, just to make sure you've got a shot. Well played.
Yeah, it's a good
really
shot.
Well played. And where he left himself 3 or 4 shots ago. That's a really good finish.
Good finish by Scott Gillespie.
And that's kept him in the match, and he would have known that how important that was. If he goes 9-6, he knows he's struggling. And I did say the deeper this match goes, the less mistakes I expect these guys to make, and you may think that that might be the reverse, and it is the reverse at a lower level. But when you've got 2 of the top players in the world playing, the closer it gets, the more you expect them to concentrate, and the least mistakes you expect. Because not though at the start of the match these guys wouldn't have been concentrating, but obviously as it gets to 8-all, 9-all, you know, they know how important it is.
Yeah.
And it does sort of somehow make you concentrate that little bit harder. And the adrenaline kicks in. I mean, these guys would have been tired. They've been playing all day. They've been playing all weekend. It's the adrenaline that...
Yeah, definitely.
Gets you through.
Both players will know that how important it is as well to stay in the present moment, not let their minds wander and start thinking about the prize. Keep focused on one ball at a time, one frame at a time. Scott just making doubly sure he gets this rack of balls tight. Aid him in his break. He's slowed down a little bit, I think, as the match has gone on.
Yeah, he has, but like I said before, it's easy to run around the table. He's dry. Oh no, the last ball. It's easy to run around the table when the balls are in the middle of the table and the finishes are relatively easy. The last few finishes he's had, including this one, haven't been straightforward. So you have got to make sure you take your time, and I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
you know, you can't go running around the table when there's things to think about. You have to, because in that way you're either going to take the patterns in the wrong order or you're going to miss a little trick somewhere.
Good to see quite a few people still here. Nearly 12:30 on a Sunday night. Glued to the final. No doubt the majority of them will be supporting the local lad, Rob.
They will, and someone just wrote on the live chat there that obviously Rob will have the majority of the support, but they are still respectful and they are still clapping when Scott wins a frame or when he plays a good shot.
Yeah. Let's let go of that one.
Cue ball's no man's land, and he can't clear now. He has to play a safety somewhere.
I think it's fair to say that's been what's separated these two players in this final so far. Just the odd mistake from Scott.
Yeah, I do think that Scott's had a couple more chances than Rob, and he has missed obviously a couple more chances. And given how the match has gone, I think on reflection he'd be pretty happy that he's only 8-7 behind. I think it could have been a little bit worse.
He's in big trouble here though. Can't see a shot that he can play, can you? He's looking at off the bottom cushion and perhaps in off the red that his cue is pointing to. Probably the only shot he's got. Rob just there in the background.
Still standing strong.
Waiting for his chance. Can't see a shot here. It's a pretty good effort. I think this yellow cuts into the left-hand bottom pocket, and Rob can control the white. He's got a very good chance to take a 9-7 lead.
His heart was in his mouth there.
Yeah. Very close to the in-off. This is massive for him because if it goes 8-all, Rob misses this chance. Scott, I don't think Scott will believe he's 8-all, and Rob will be devastated.
Yeah, and we've been here this long now, Greg, so I think we might as well stay for a decider.
Oh, definitely.
I think
we're all in.
The match and the tournament deserves a decider.
It's been written. We've done a Conor McGregor.
That's not the best.
He's not going to have a tip left.
I was just going to say, Rob chalks his cue more than any other player I've ever seen in my life. And then as he chalks it, he actually blows it all off. If we can... Yeah, well, you can hear it anyway, but...
He doesn't chalk it, he hacks at it.
But then blows it off afterwards anyway. But...
Yeah, but it's for show.
If we can maybe try and bring you the chalking action.
So is he cutting this back? This looks...
He's either cutting it back or trying to pot it off the red.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think you've got to play this thin and use the red to guide the white across the table.
Yeah, is the white getting close to the right centre?
That's what he's scared of, I think.
And that's why he's not playing it.
And that's no good because he's left enough of a gap for Scott to have a go at this one up the top.
And he's pushed the two yellows safe-ish. And he's missed that, but this time he has left in a good angle. And the two down the rail, the reason I said safe-ish is because the two down the rails do plant, obviously if you get the cue ball in the right place, and I think he can get it in the right place off this shot.
Yeah, it looks to have just enough angle to stun across. Seems to play this well.
Here we go. We can. It's more when he's in full flow. You know, when he's. You know, if there's 5 or 6 balls in the middle of the table and he gets flowing, that's when he really has a hack at it.
That's when you're looking at sort of 15 to 20 strokes.
Yeah, per shot.
Yeah.
When he's just playing the safety shots, he goes easy on it.
He's like the Djokovic of the pool world with the bouncing the ball.
Yeah.
He's played that well.
Has he got the snooker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scott's just called total. Although...
Well, all he needs to do is make sure he hits one of the reds because the yellows don't double. So I'll say hit it. Obviously, he's hit it on that side. I presume this yellow does pass the red into this left corner.
Yeah, I think it does.
Maybe have a look at bringing you that, but he can't play the double.
Looking at playing another little snooker, I think.
It's hard. It's not easy to get the snooker from there.
No, because you've got to get in deep enough to leave them snookered on the reds he's aiming up now, but also the red on the bottom right. Has to be careful.
So he had a go at cutting it into the middle. He didn't play the double. And I think he's left's got the perfect angle here to pop this red in the top right corner and just top onto the other red. Oh, he's playing a stun. Played it nice.
Got to be over the moon with this.
Over the Alfie.
Over the Alfie, yeah. Just needs to mind his work, and as I say that, he's overhit that one by.
And when I said about the adrenaline, it's definitely pumping now.
Yeah, it's getting to that stage, isn't it? Effectively, these last few frames are for £5,000. It's a difference in prize money between the winner and the runner-up. There's a lot at stake.
Shot.
Yeah, he's perfect. Just a soft screw now.
Just wants to make sure that he's not the wrong side of this last red. So it's one of these shots where.
Would you be stunning off? Would you be punching this in and stunning off the line cushion, or?
I think maybe. I think that Scott will play it that way because that's the way he likes to strike the ball.
Yeah.
He likes to hit it. He likes to hit it a bit harder with authority, and I think he'll punch this with a bit of right hand side off the side rail. And that was my point. If you're that side of it, it's not as easy as.
No, he has to leave this in the top, doesn't he now, or can he?
Has to leave it in the top, and it's a bit of a careless shot because obviously he had a huge target there to. Well, he could have been another 2 feet over.
Played that good.
He's played that really nice, and you see how he strikes those. He hits them really nice.
Yeah, and by doing that, he widened the angle.
Yeah, he didn't really have to play with any stun. He almost just sort of hit it hard. That's better. He kept his head down that time.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he made sure on that one, didn't he?
We have a toilet break. I'm just going to nip to grab a drink, and we'll be back when they are.
Nicely poised at 8 all.
Good break from Rob, and look at these.
He's taking these all day, I would imagine.
Surely has to go yellows. Or would you go reds, Greg?
No, I'd be going yellows, definitely.
Don't know if he potted that one into the wrong side of the pocket, but he didn't want the cue ball there.
No.
Although he can push the red away, which definitely helps.
Good shot.
Pop the yellow that's on the blue spot. Screw over to the right side cushion and get on the one down the rail. That's the way I would go. He's played that nice though.
He has to get the right angle now, though, on the next yellow after this one. Looks like that's okay. Just screw this back, can he? Or
Yeah, I think he can just soft screw it back and just leave a 3/4 ball angle. Doesn't want to be straight.
I can see he's got just enough angle here.
That's why I would have took this ball off the right side cushion first.
You would never had this problem.
No.
It's almost got a stun run through.
And it was a nasty little one, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is not nice now.
The stun run through, it wasn't. It was neither sort of just a straight topspin with left or a punch. It was one of them little flicky ones.
Yeah, under pressure they're difficult.
I still fancy him to get this. Oh, he butchered it a little bit. Butchered it, jumped up in the air.
Yeah, they're both at it now, understandably. Getting close.
Wow. Well, some of the finishes they've took out have been good, and then some of the finishes that they've missed the easier ones.
Yeah, and that was purely the order he took the balls in.
It was, yeah. Even when they looked unmissable, with 5 reds sitting in the middle of the table.
You still have to respect
the order.
order.
You still have to respect the order
yeah.
and play the right shots. And
yeah.
I understand when you're under pressure, all that sort of can become harder to see, but people asking the odds. I don't know if he's doing him running on it or not now. I don't think he will be, but you can go to the Facebook page to check that. I don't understand why he's looking at playing a snooker behind this one. If he's going to play the snooker, then why not just drop onto the red that's on the top cushion? Because even if he hits it up and down, he's going to leave you on that ball. I think he was looking at potting it and screwing across the back cushion.
Yeah, trying to
Push the red over to the side cushion. If he's playing the snooker, I can't believe he's going to play it off this one. Why not just drop onto the red that's on the top cushion?
yeah, dead weight.
It looks like there's a gap behind this red, so he needs to be careful.
Do you think his thinking is he could, if he placed the one closest to the yellow, he might overhit it, or he might...
No, it is a little bit of a nervy one, I get that, but I do think it's the right shot.
The best players seem to be able to, keep true to themselves and play the right shot every time, no matter what the...
I think he's going to pot the one into the left corner, leave an angle of the sort of angle that he's got now on it.
Yeah.
Or he could play it now, and I think he's going to drift up into the gap, and I think he's going to play it across the left corner. Across the rail into the left corner. But I would definitely take this red away first. Yeah, this is the right shot. Take this one away first and then leave the angle. Has he left too much angle?
I think he might have.
He's just winced in his face a little bit, and there isn't normally loads of expression from him. You see, he's left too much. Worrying about not leaving enough and having to play a horrible little punch shot, he's left too much.
Yeah, this is going to be hard to control.
I think he should have played the snooker first shot, Greg, on the one
red
on
you
the
said,
top
yeah.
cushion. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
it was a bit of a nervy one, but you can play it thin, can't you? Where you don't have to play it too thick.
Yeah, get you two and then...
You can play a little bit thinner across the red, and you'd have to hit it pretty bad to leave the yellow.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, Zach, there's no cut. There's no split with the prize money. They are playing for 10 and 5. Well, now he's in trouble.
He can't...
Now he better hope. The snooker that he was now looking at first, he's back looking at. Obviously, he's playing it the full length of the table.
Sure.
There's finger marks. And to me, there's a gap around the back of the red.
Yeah, there is. This is tricky. And it sort of got to this position all because he didn't play the shot you said first.
Yeah.
I'm not judging. There's no right and a wrong way necessarily, but it looked for all the world like that was the best shot to play.
What about play the red that's closest to the yellow. 3/4 ball hard on the right hand side with right hand side, and swing the cue ball around the two cushions and get it on the right hand side of the table. Is that there?
That's a good shout. Oh no, this was never the shot.
Oh, it's rolled. I think he's
That was always going to happen, wasn't it?
It's rolled. I think, yeah, he's rolled. I think as soon as he hit it, I think he either said that he hit it wrong or that it's pulled. But as you can see, there's
Look at the
finger
thing,
marks
yeah.
everywhere there.
Yeah.
And
these tables are at the highest possible order, but at that pace, You're asking for quite a bit, aren't you, for it to stay perfectly true?
I can't believe he's not tried to punch that up and tried to at least hit the black.
Yeah.
He's actually landed perfect on the cross double.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Rob. Takes him into a 9-8 lead.
It's a good shot, but he definitely didn't play out to leave that cross double.
No, and as you said, he actually finished perfect.
But I think that Scott sort of got what he deserved there, because I think there was another shot, and listen, it isn't easy to always see the right shot, especially when you're under this amount of pressure.
Yeah, they're not down your local club playing for a packet of pork scratchings. This is
Every other time that Scott's made a ball, he's flushed the front ball and stunned the white down the line. That time he hit it slightly off centre, and he didn't make a ball. And wow,
Reds?
Yeah, definitely Reds. And that miss could be very costly.
He's jacking up. Played that really well. Probably try and play another little screw shot now on and off the cushion, unless he's got enough angle. So he's getting rid of the last semi-awkward red.
White just caught the knuckle there.
Yeah, changed the angle of White. Is he okay?
Yeah, I think he can. The two reds that are together, I think he can play the first one, and maybe he can play twice across.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
And playing twice across, he's going to have a choice of all three balls.
Yeah.
So there's once, there's twice, and he's got a choice of all three, and he's landed perfect on his bad ball. Maybe not quite perfect. Straight would have been perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be bridging if he plays that now.
Shot.
Is he straight enough on the?
Yeah, he can. I think he can just screw into the yellow.
Yeah.
If he leaves the white where the yellow is, it's perfect. Oh, he's banged it past it.
just as good. We can just roll this one in, and is that to go?
To go 10-8.
10-8.
Bobby.
This is giving me bad memories.
It's 10-8, and obviously Rob's break, and no matter what happens, he's guaranteed 2 breaks from here.
Yeah. He's been breaking well all day and all weekend for that matter, so no reason why this shouldn't be any different. Just needs to treat it the same in his mind. Stay in the present. Scott standing quite far back.
I think he knows he's going to need some help from Rob.
And he's got a bit of help. Because that's dry.
Oh, look at the yellows, but he can't pot one, can he?
No. Desperately wants to be yellows, but can't see one.
There's an horrible situation there for Scott because he didn't want to go reds, but he had to.
And would you be playing this difficult one now down the bottom?
I think he has to.
Slight bit of insurance if you do miss it. Play it the right way, you know.
Yeah, I think he has to.
If he gets it, they're all there.
It's just not nice because it's just past the knuckle, and on these supreme tables, that second knuckle does stick out a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Is that just me? You do see people catch that second knuckle quite a lot.
Yeah, especially from this position where that red is.
Yeah.
He'll do well to pot this. Oh, it's a good shot.
Played that brilliantly.
It's a good shot.
Rob taps the floor in acknowledgement.
So they're all there now. Again, it's just about the order, and they're not straightforward.
The red that the white's closest to is actually a pretty tricky position.
You're right. That's the problem. Even though it does go into obviously the middle and the corner, it is tricky to get out from that.
Pretty much wherever he leaves the white, he's going to be running into the yellow next to it.
Unless he checks this now. So he's now got to get from the tricky red that we said. He's got to leave the angle where you can just drift past the black without touching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get the cue ball exactly where he needs it here, then
could be
it's tricky to play
over.
the shot, and obviously look at the yellow. And he's got to use the cushion. He's going to have to stun off the right side cushion with the right hand side, and you can see the 2 big chalk marks there where Rob's been breaking from.
Where's he got to be, the second one?
I think he's probably got to be the second one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that's right. Big shot. Or is he thinking about actually stunning it across the table and leaving himself on the red closest to the bottom right pocket?
Yeah, and then taking the awkward one last. I think that's what he is looking at, but that's what he is doing, and he's played it well.
Played that really well. My only...
Well, the black. Does the black go in the left corner?
No. Well, possibly.
If you're straight, it goes.
You don't want to play it if you're on an angle.
But he needs to have the angle where he can screw.
I think if he gets straight on this red into the middle, she looks to be fairly straight. He can just stop the white.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not straight, is he? Although he just sort of winced again, as if to say he didn't like it. But I think he is okay.
Yeah.
I think he can just drop this in.
And then you screw in the red in, back for the black in the middle, are you?
He's punching it. He's punching this. No, he's not. Has he left the angle? He winced again. He has got an angle, but he's got to play. It's not a straight screw back. It's like one of those. He's got to sort of punch it back.
And these are actually easy to sort of twitch and not quite deliver the cue.
Deliver the cue, and if he does do that, then the cue ball won't come back. Oh, he's took his eye off the pot.
Well, what a chance now for Rob Wharne to pick up his biggest ever payday by a country mile, I'm sure, in pool terms for him, and his biggest ever.
This is and this will obviously be a fantastic win, not only because of the prize money, but because of the field that started here.
Yeah.
And it's got to be tough for you, Greg, sitting here watching, because you just lost 11-10 to him, and it's hard to sit here and not to be thinking this could have been you.
Yeah, that's made me feel better, but no. I mean,
but
yeah,
100%.
I'm
being sincere with that. It's hard to.
Yeah, it is, and I was thinking that a little bit earlier as well when I was watching him play, but I'm not taking anything away from Rob. He's done brilliantly, and my time will come.
They're talking to his pal Scott. I'm sure he'll be saying that he hasn't played as well as he would have expected, or certainly played as well as he did in the semi.
No, bottom line, he's just made too many errors. Well, he's made more errors than Rob, hasn't he? There hasn't been that many. It's been a good standard. But this isn't over just yet.
I think the yellow that's in the middle of the table, he can just screw back, can't he? Screw back to the bottom half of the table and land on it in the middle.
Yeah, but we did see him trying to take out a finish earlier against Mark Boyle. We thought that was over 6 times.
Yeah, he's not going to miss these.
He's probably got a bit more angle than he would like, actually. But he should be okay.
Just drop it in and...
So one good shot.
Yeah, he's... Do you play this and screw out the black in the same pocket? Yes, you do.
Played it the positive way.
And he's landed dead straight, and this black for an unbelievable win. So massive congratulations to Rob, who would have been nowhere near obviously the tournament favourite with the bookies at the start, but the way he's played, fully deserved. Commiserations obviously to Scott there. He'll be disappointed with the way he played in the final. Obviously we know that he's better than the way he played in the final, but especially the way he played in the semi. But it's been a long day, and a long day for everybody. And
Yeah.
no two matches are the same, even though they literally finished 10 minutes apart. You know, it's not easy to keep up that same level, especially when you've been playing all day.
Yeah, exactly. I think I speak for everybody, all the players, in saying a big thank you to Lee Kendall, yourself, Gaz, and all your team for all your hard work and putting on, you know, the best event around at the moment. And obviously Paul Molden and his team done a fantastic job yet again. Best streamers by a mile. There's another one coming up soon, isn't there?
Yeah, the next one is in
September.
It's September. So all the details of all of the
out.
events are on our Facebook page, the players' Facebook page. You can see all the details on how to enter from there.
Well, I think that's my cue to get going, mate, because I've got to
Okay,
get
well,
back the road.
I just want to say obviously thanks very much for all the commentary work. We
absolute
appreciate
pleasure.
all your hard work, and well done, and sort of commiserations at the same time. But I'm sure when you reflect back, you'll take the positives.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. And good luck in China.
All right, thanks very much. Safe trip home.
Cheers,
mate.
Gareth.
Goodbye.
Okay, everybody, it's been a late finish, but I think everybody will say what a great final it was. 11 ace. And to a great final, you need two good players. And this year's runner-up is Scott Gillespie. It was a tough final.
I missed a few shots, but all in Rob played well, you know what I mean? But I think tiredness played a part there because I missed some of those shots, but fair play to Robbie, he punished all my mistakes, well done.
Okay. Many congratulations and thanks for coming, mate. Give you the money down and off. 12.
Oh, yeah.
He said he loved the event that much, he can keep the £5 grand. Thanks very much. Okay, this year's winner from Staffordshire, Robert Wharne. You got the game first, Rob. Supreme Masters champion, how does it feel?
Wow, it's been a great tournament and just lost for hurts really. I don't know how it's just kept going in my favour and kept on popping balls and playing well and here we are.
So what would you like to say about your opponent who played the final?
Yeah, great player. He started off out of the box, a couple of skill shots and stuff. And, I knew it was going to be a tough match straight away, obviously. So just kept digging in there, and in the end, a couple of little mistakes, and I've managed to capitalise on them. And I've had a couple of dry breaks and not really left anything easy either. So it's swaying a little bit more in favour like that. Really.
Well, I think when the draw came out, you drew Mark Boyle the first round of the second section of quarterfinals. You must be thinking, oh dear.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. So I don't. Obviously, a couple of the Blackpool players, I know how good they are. I've never played against them, so I haven't played the rules before. So it's sort of like I've got a little bit of pressure off because I'm just trying my best and keep going really, and that's how it's happened.
I think they'll know you up now, I think, Rob, after winning this title and taking on some of the best players, certainly in Blackpool and world rules. So I'm sure you want to get to the stage where you pick your £10,000 up. Definitely the main part why you come. Thanks for entering. I'm sure there's somebody over on my left-hand side tapping as well. Grant. But £10,000, Rob Wharne, well done, mate. Just a few thank yous.
Back in, you bastard!
Carl, any chance? He's still on stream.
Your car's outside the room now.
Right, okay, back to normal proceedings. Thanks to everybody who comes support the event, whether you be players, supporters. It makes a big difference to reporters, crowd as well, because it helps us have an audience for the final. People like Jet make the event, the betting, you know, the interest on the internet. Without Jet, I think we wouldn't be half as good as what we do. So the work that we do is in conjunction with Jet, Supreme, all the people that sponsored at the other events, Bulldog Security, Holcrofts. You know, we need these sponsors to get the events on. To be in production, do a fantastic job. I think everybody who's watched this event will say they are the best in the business, and in my opinion they are. So the right hand man Lee, you know, we spent months and months getting this sorted, and you know, he's just as important as I am. You know, we do a lot of hard work, and as you can see, it's very smoothly run, and that's mainly down to Lee, so well done, mate. Everybody who's tipped in the commentary team, you know, we need all the commentary. I know I chase people up and say, come on, give us a hand. These things make a difference, and when people are watching on the stream and giving the event a plug, it's down to everybody's input. So please keep coming back, please help him with the commentary. You know, thanks very much, and we'll see you all again next year. Yeah, I appreciate that, thanks very much.
Red. There's a casino. Just double your money. Wach! Wach! That together. Wach, you fucking wach. Send on the board. Sorry, Lee, run.
So that's me off home now. Gonna pack the suitcase ready for China in the morning. Just want to say, reiterate what everything that Lee said really. It's been a great tournament. Everyone seems to have enjoyed it. Everyone on the live chat have had nothing but positive things to say really. So massive congratulations again to Rob, and worthy winner, great performance. And we look forward to seeing you all in September for our next event.